What's up, guys? Sub-Zeric here, back for another VOD review. Today, VOD review in a game from the Americas Regional Finals. But before we get into that, I want to shout out the winner of another tournament here. Mirnik, the winner of my Legendary Tacticians tournament, won out in the checkmate. Also, shout out to Nemo, who had the highest points on the day, Dunk Pacino, Pinoy Setsuko, who were our top four for the day. It was an absolute blast. It was a ton of fun. I run 2 tournaments per set for people who are in my Legendary Tacticians coaching program, and also if you're in TAC University, my weekly group coaching program, you can get access to these tournaments as well, get onto the wait list for them. And so if you guys are interested, especially going to the next set, link in the description down below. Let's hop now into the game here. This is a game from Dishsoap during regionals, and I had multiple people be like, you have to VOD review this game. And so here we are. We start off with a 2-star champion. So we have the Caitlyn 2 here to begin the game with, which, you know, is usually a decent unit to start the game with. But on 1-3, our game already becomes a little bit weird as we get a 4 Caitlyn shop here, bringing us up to 7 total copies of Caitlyn here. Now, we've actually talked a little bit about Caitlyn Aatrox reroll in this channel before, and I think a lot of people say that line's kind of trash, but if you do teleport to a Caitlyn 3, you can certainly think about it. And I do think that's likely what Dishsoap was thinking about in this position here is, okay, if I get a Caitlyn 3, I can tempo that pretty nicely, play, you know, maybe like a 5 Nova in the mid game, maybe make it to like a fast 9 here. I mean, just a free Caitlyn 3 is not bad here, and 8 copies on 2-1, not bad. We could even think about potentially rolling here for it. First, Augment here, Infinity Protection, Epoch Replication here. I do love the idea of replication. Get to items onto this Caitlyn as quickly as possible. Bows for red buff, swords for Deathblade. All of these look really, really juicy. So that's what I'd be looking at here. Soul Leveling Caitlyn's a funny idea. No Scout, No Pivot, another funny idea. But I like the idea from replication a lot here. And we do get the sword, which is fantastic here. It means we are guaranteed to get to the Deathblade here. And for now, we can just play some Caitlyns onto our board, fit Nova here, even gonna sell it of some of this stuff. Interestingly as well, if you look at our bench here, we also have 3 Anima on the bench, so we're actually going to fit that in right here. Say, okay, let's play 3 Anima now, and actually start sacking. Kind of hilarious with 8 Caitlyns sitting on bench that we are thinking about sacking, but Anima is obviously so strong. If you can get an uncontested Anima on 2-1, you will always take it. So it's not a bad idea there at all. However, once again, our game gets a little bit weird here in that we hit the Caitlyn 3 on 2-2. So now we have Caitlyn 3. We have to decide, do we want to just still play for the Anima and not worry about the fact that we just spawned in with a Caitlyn 3? I mean, for now, we're allowed to keep up our Anima loss streak here, so I think it makes perfect sense to keep it up, but you can already see that this is a bit of a crazy game here. He's throwing some 2 costs into Planner here with an interesting idea. You will see this later. This might not make sense for a second, but yeah, all will become revealed soon why we are looking at some 2 cost here, get our 3rd sword here. So this does allow us to go for stuff like the Deathblade, and we're really just scouting around trying to make sure that we do keep our loss streak here for Anima, which is our game plan here, and still with the Caitlyn sitting on bench, which is quite hilarious. But yeah, we're just gonna field the random Caitlyn 3. Pretty shocked that we do this here, because obviously this makes our board a lot stronger, and we end up fighting Conda here, clear the front line, and yeah, end up just barely. Oh, this is either a good loss or a really bad win, and it is a really bad win. So we crack our Anima loss streak here. I'm pretty sure unintentionally from Dishsoap, but now Anima's certainly out the window. But what is available is this mini recombobulate from the Thresh here. This is why we wanted to field the Caitlyn here. This is why we almost had to field the Caitlyn here, is that we wanted the possibility of hitting this mini recombob here and recombobbing this into a 3-star 2 cost, and that's what Dishsoap is going to go for. So he was actually trying to split the difference, right? Wanted to lose, but also needed to field the Caitlyn, because if you have it on bench, you're not able to mini recombob it here. And so heads up play by Dishsoap. We lose the Anima, but we gain a 3-star 2 cost on 2-5 here, and we hit a Jinx here. I mean, this is one of the best ones that you could receive in this spot here. Can make usage of the Deathblade really, really nicely. I mean, this looks fantastic here. Can even keep Anima onto our board, hilariously enough. Not going to be like this huge Anima cash out down the line, but it's going to be a little bit, you know, a decent 100 cash out. We can live with that. Might even be able to lose a random fight here and there because our front line does still suck. And yeah, I mean, looking at this board that we're fighting here, it's looking like we are going to pick up another loss for Dishsoap. So down to another loss here. But hey, not the end of the world by any means. Luna is sitting on this bag that I got from an event and just rustling around in it. So that's the Luna update for the video. She's a little too far away for me to move the cam, but if she gets anywhere near, I mean, look, if she jumps onto this beautiful bed right here, I can soy jack and point to her, but probably not going to happen. All right, we do rotate into Kai Wang here, who opts to grief us. So I mean, that really puts us over the threshold of we're not going to get a big anima cash at this game. Upside is the amount of takedowns gets us to exactly 100 here, so we can just take this 100 cash and get out here and be fine with it. We even get another Jinx on our way to Jinx 4-star, and hey, the broken prototype is not bad, or the sparking prototype, I think it's called, is not bad here to just throw into Jinx as a random kind of like half item and just get her to as many items as possible. So this is our spot already. Honestly, I think if you asked Dishsoap, what are we playing this game? He would have an answer for you, sure. He would probably say, you know, we're going to like tempo challenger type stuff, but it's a little bit weird, right? It's a very, very, very odd spot right now, but it's good. Having a Jinx 3 just spawn in instantly, it's as if we're playing Jinx Reroll, but we didn't have to roll at all, which is really, really nice for tempo. All we need is a little bit of frontline here, and he's even going to consider the GS slam here versus this board, and then says, nah, this board is pretty strong, so I think we're not going to slam it. Like, we might actually, it's close and we're going to end up winning anyway. Okay, wow, I'm surprised he held on to that slam, but we do end up holding on to it here. And then here's where the game gets even crazier. We're offered Recombobulator here. We can get a free 3-star 3 cost. Well, a 3-star 3 cost actually very much not for free because it's at the cost of our Jinx 3-star. And so they're just going to go into Planner here and say, what are all the units that would suck here? Victor, Lulu, any of the AP units would be horrible here. If we get any of these, we almost lose the game on the spot because none of these units do anything here. If we get any of these other units, we feel amazing, right? Samira 3, MF 3, hold on to these Death Blades amazingly. Kaisa 3 is not even bad. Urgot 3, Ornn 3, Maokai 3, Ross 3. All of these are good options. So it's about a slightly positively weighted 50-50. Dish thinks for a little while and says, you know what, I'm him, I'm going to go for it, and rips the Recombob here and hits this. Morg Ornn here barely runs out of time to actually get 3 Space Groove onto the board, but now we are in Ornn 3 on 3-2 without rolling our board once, and the Samira actually holds the Deathblade really, really nicely here, so just an absolutely insane spot here. I mean, when have you ever played a game of TFT where you've recombobbed a 3-star 2 cost that we got from a 3-star 1 cost into a 3-star 3 cost, and now you're tempoing an Ornn 3 into one of the strongest comps in the game, which is Space Groove. I had to review this game because, I mean, just like, who else? Now, if only there was like a mini, you know, if only if you get like one more level and just turn it into a 3-star 4 cost, that would have been the dream, but I don't think there's any reasonable way to get to that in this spot here. We would have had to, like, I don't know, have there be like a second mini recombobulate somehow. You know what it would have needed to be is like Thresh Boon into another mini recombobulate into 4-2 Recombob, which I don't think exists anymore. Speaking of random boom, we are just going to take this here. We don't need the free rerolls. Our board is already amazingly strong here, so let's just take the Thresh Boon. Our dream in this spot is items, right? Our board is disgustingly strong in terms of unit quality. We just need to get some of these items, these units itemized here, and so that's exactly why we take the tier to make to the Shojin, and then hopefully we get something out of the random boon. Just ended up getting a bunch of gold here, which is not bad by any means, but it's not really, you know, what you are going crazy for. Gonna fit the 5 Space Groove in on this board with the Smojin here onto the Samira. One of our best items. Getting our casting is very, very important. And we're going to chill, because why shouldn't we? We have an Ornn 3 just sitting on our board right now. This should absolutely clear people this stage. Only thing that's a little scary is if somebody like Darth Noob does fight us here and assassinates our Samira, but the 5 Space Groove healing is more than enough to heal her, so we pick up the fight win here, and we are continuing on here. You have to remove the team planner here, because we clearly don't need to worry about that stuff, man. Imagine the alternative world where we get just like a Victor 3 in this spot, and we had to cook even harder for something crazy. But hey, I mean, that's TFT, is you get taken down these paths. Sometimes you go for a crazy gamble, and when it hits, it hits. And my God, did this gamble hit here. with the Ornn 3 just sitting on our board here. One more fight versus Konda, who actually has a 3-star Cho and a 3-star Liz. So we're actually going to lose our fight with this Ornn 3. We needed really Samira 2 to win this fight. And so actually going to drop streak here, which seems absolutely crazy. But we do. We do pick up the Samira 2, which is fantastic in this spot. This, honestly, in my head, this means we don't need to roll until 9. I think we should be totally fine to just take this board straight to 9 now. I mean, we have an insane front line, obviously, and Samira 2's more than enough backline here. Reach the Gargoyle and the Spirit Visage here. Beautiful items for Dishsoap, and we get the LW down. I mean, I will say these items are hand-picked for Mr. Soap here, and I mean, that's just a Dishsoap diff in the spot here. Gonna chill on this board for a round because why shouldn't we? I mean, look at our board. It's just disgusting here, and now we can see last augment here. Second double Recombob, secret Recombob 4-2. Please, please, Mortdog. I want to see it. I know it doesn't exist in the game, but just this once. Can't you add it just secretly into the game here? I mean, what we want is some kind of combat here. We're pretty good on our board strength in this spot here. And yeah, he takes Staffsmith here as a very, very solid augment for our Nami that we do need to find. He is actually going to roll a bit here on 8, saying we'd like to pick up some other stuff. I mean, I think the main thing that we're looking for is a holder for these AP items, because for now they're going to have to sit on Teemo 1. Not my favorite item holder of these 2 items here, but he'll get the job done, I guess. Honestly, Samira is going to do a lot of work here. The person who's really going to get the job done, well, he's not really a person. He's a giant ram, is Ornn here. He is going to be disgustingly tanky in these fights, and I don't think we're going to have to worry too much about losing fights for the rest of the stage. But hey, I mean, we did lose to the 3-star Lissandra, 3-star Joseph Gath board earlier, so anything's possible here. I will also say, for anybody else in this lobby who wanted to play Space Group, this is just a giga disaster. Just, oh, you know, maybe I'll find some Ornns. Ornn 3 out on 3-2. It's just disgusting, but that's TFT for you, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Rotated into Upset Max here, who is very, very sad that he is fighting Dishsoap, because we are going to take a huge win against him, and I don't think Dupe does anything. I mean, you could say that Tiny Dupe allows you to reach Teemo too, but yeah, I don't think the Dupe does enough is the real takeaway here, and I think the random boon in almost all circumstances is going to be better here, so we pick it up. By the way, I think somebody told me that I say here a lot, and I didn't really believe them, and then I started kind of counting it during my most recent stream when I commentate, and I do say here a lot, but like, we're here, we're living in the moment, we're right now. Isn't it actually like good commentary because I'm saying it all the time? I'll try. Let me know in the comments down below if me saying here 50,000 times per video annoys you, or if you don't, because like I didn't even notice it until I started saying it, and then or watching myself say it. Rotate into this Aurelian Soul 2, which honestly almost chews through our entire board, but we do still pick up the win. 73 HP for Dish, and this is what I was talking about. It's an easy route to 9, and the Tom Catch even prints the Teemo 2-star, so now we actually have a holder for these items. Obviously, these want to go on to Nami later, and everything that we have on our board right now is building up to that idea. We even have the Pantheon sitting on bench here for later, and this Nova is a great addition onto this board, by the way. The MR Shred that we get from it is nice. Obviously, we have Armor Shred already onto Samira, but even just the heal onto the board is not bad to top off the Ornn a little bit and make him a bit tankier. And so 5th win in the streak here. Had we not rotated into the Lissandra, we would have been okay, but sadly that did happen. Do get a great pickup here in the Morello Adaptive, so we're going to get our heal cut down, because that is the only thing that we're kind of missing in the spot here is heal cut. So that's going to get picked up. We are going to push 9 really quick, but we make it there. Do have the ability to pick up Thomas Kench too, and yeah, that is going to fit onto the board. My only question then is, where is this Morello going to go get some free rerolls? Find a Bard too, so that's going to come in. Going to drop down to 4 Space Groove, okay, and then go back up to 5 Space Groove. But now these items are going to fit onto Bard. I mean, only Dishsoap would play this game. The 0-trait Bard sitting on the board with the Ornn 3 on the front line, with the Nami fitting in for 5 Space Groove. It's just bonkers, but it makes sense every step of the way. Thinking about even holding on to Jhin, but then says, does Jhin actually do anything on the board? I don't think so. We can now consider dropping Aatrox because we did drop the Maokai, because we wanted to play the Tahm Kench too. Makes a lot of sense. We do need a better Bastion to play because obviously we're playing around this Ornn 3. We need Bastion on this board. Shen is the clear unit that we'd be looking for, but we don't have it yet. So the Aatrox can stay for now, and the Ornn is going to continue to tank on this board. The Samira is going to machine gun down some people. The Bard going to do a lot of work here, print us some extra units. Could think about the TK3, but this is a pretty contested unit, so probably not. And the Shen does appear, which is fantastic. We get... That was like a delayed Bard print, it looked like, and then TK printed just gold, not the Nami 2. I wonder what Dish would say about Nami 2 versus the Bard 2 in this spot here, because obviously Bard is a 5 cost, but Nami is being augmented with both Replicator and 5 space group, so we'll see. Rotate back into Kai Wang, who gave us a run for our money last time and does again. It's really, really close. Kai Wang just one more little bit of board strength and would actually have won that fight, which is crazy. We do pick up Shojin here, which is fantastic. This is, whenever you have a util item like this, like the Morello sitting onto the Nami, it feels really, really good to get mana gen on her so that she can start casting and applying that heal cut a lot faster. So great pickup for Dishsoap here. Just trying to rotate this Ornn around, ideally so that we don't get punched by, I saw there was a Blitzcrank on one of the enemy boards, but we do just end up leaving in the middle. The Gargoyle value is too valuable to sack. Do rotate it to VCLF, who is playing this LeBlanc board. I feel like this LeBlanc board, just the stonks have gone up and up and up and up in the meta, and now it's just insanity. We do get another Thresh Boon strength for our board. This is really what you want every single round at this point in the game, is Thresh, giving your board some extra HP or attack speed. Ideally HP, honestly, because this board has a lot of natural attack speed via Space Groove, and the HP will also scale up the Space Groove healing even further. Rotate into Dank Miem's board, who is sitting on Bard 1 and Sona 1. Imagine that's just not enough damage to get through this big ol' Ornn here, and looking like it is the case. It's at least pretty close for Mr. Memes, but going to be a loss. Dank Memes is going to drop down to 12 HP. By the way, great showing by Dank Memes today in the regional finals. Just played fantastically here. And I guess I didn't really even talk about the winner. Shout out to Kai Wang for winning the regional finals. Played a crazy final game. A lot of people were doubting him right up into the end. This guy is somebody who I think people have been doubting for a long, long time, and is just actually an absolute beast, is a fantastic player. So shout out to him for winning, and shout out to Dishsoap for this crazy game. Now we're finally capping our board on 10. Find the 2-star of the Blitzcrank. Shojin is going to move up to him. I wonder at what point you do consider cutting Bard and like moving the items over to Blitzcrank, or if honestly a Bard with no traits is this good. I mean, Meeple doesn't do anything for Bard. Obviously Conduit would be nice, but it's not the end of the world, especially with Adaptive. Adaptive is kind of Conduit in some ways. So, well, we're going to continue to roll down, and it looks like this is just going to be our board. Do find the Jinathan too, so we are going to move some items over to him, and then the double Shojin over to Nami. I love this item setup. Actually, just really, really efficient stuff, and is going to put Nami onto the Mana Gen Hex just to get her splashing around, especially with 5 Space Groove. Every single cast is making her even stronger, giving her that AP, which is going to make us so strong. Rotate and Dank Memes, and we kill him, and it's the dub for Dishsoap. Just what a game. I feel like this is just the perfect VOD review game. Just an absolutely crazy line that most people would either be too afraid to take, or they would take and then they would screw it up because it's such a hard spot to play out. But he made it, he pivoted it, and made it into just a beautifully played first. So shout out to Dishsoap. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, if you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. Check out my Twitch, my Metafy, all my other links down below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching as always. Bye-bye.